Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we're looking at Penguin Place and particularly the Penguin Builder Punch today. They're available on the 3rd of August, so they're brand new and you can buy them together as a bundle and save 10%. I know most of my customers now have received their catalogues and have let me know because there's lots of exciting things in there. If you haven't and you want one, then just please drop me a comment below and I'll see what I can do for you. So we were working with the punch the other day, and this punch punches out a really sweet little penguin. And I say in my previous video I was doing lots of different punch arts, so from Santa Claus to little dogs and animals and all sorts of things you can do with it. So I thought today we would carry on that theme but not do animals and do some flowers and vases, because this little foot here is a perfect little flower. And we can do all sorts of vases with this. So I thought that's what we would do today. And I'm going to show you some of the designs that we're going to create. So we've got this one here where we've got a nice sort of vase. And I've taken just the little star from the center of this one. We've got a star and we've got a little heart, so both of those would just decorate a vase or a jug, and then we've put the little flowers in on top. And I've done a variation on the theme but with another shape of base, so vase, jug, pot, whatever you want. Then I've done another one, so we've got a different shape again and different flowers in there. So these are the same sort of flowers, just very easily put up. This is another one where I've taken the sentiment and put it in the center, and you've got a really rather nice little vase like that. And then there's a third one which I've done with some sort of hanging bluebelly type pretty flowers in on there. So those are the some of the flowers, but I'm also going to do some succulents as well. So lots of different ideas for you, and hope you will enjoy that one and make some of those, because this punch is just so versatile. So with our vases, what we're going to do is I'm going to do it in soft succulent because that I think works quite well. So with the smaller one here, if you put it in and take it just up over the sort of ridge piece, I'm making sure that I've got it straight because I've got it in on an angle on my camera, so just like that, and you will get a vase shape like that. If you wanted it to be a little bit bigger, you can move it up a bit and you can get one, make sure that I've got that straight, you can get one that sort of shape, so that brings it a little bit bigger. Then if we take, those are my scrappy bits, we're going to have lots of scraps again. Then if we take the larger one and we take that, I'm going to do it in this way, I think, turn it so that I'm not wasting anything. So if you put that in this way and we bring it up, as we did the hat for the snowman, whoops, you want to line the bottom piece up straight, otherwise you get a wonky top. You then get a little dish that shape, which is rather good. And then if you take it the other way up, I'm trying to get my little pieces out of the way. If you take it the other way up, so we're going to take it in from the bottom here, and we need to we can just cut it off on there, or we can just cut a strip. So I'm just going to cut the whole thing out, only because that's the easiest way of doing it. So we're going to cut a whole one out like that, and then we're going to take our snips and we're going to take that across, and I'm trying to get it as straight as I can. So that can give us another little base one like that, and then that gives you your vase that way up. And then to just take it off from the bottom, and this is where I have to be careful because I'm not very good at doing it straight, but you want to just take a nip off the bottom as straight as you can, and then you've got, which isn't straight because I'm not very good at cutting it straight. If you take it the other side, if you are somebody who is a bit sort of cat-handed at doing these things like I am, there we are, that's given it, hopefully took the right way up, that's made it a little bit straighter. And you've got another vase. So we've got four different styles of vase, very easily just out of the punch. Now we are also going to, with this little piece here, so the smaller of them, we're just going to cut out some, we'll just cut out one little piece like that, because that's got a little sort of domey piece in the top. And in fact, I probably would do it in, because we don't want it all in the same green, I'm going to do that in a slightly brighter green if I've got one. Let me get my green scrap bag out. I've got lots of different colours and things in there, and these are all scraps, so they can be from recent or they can be quite a long time ago. I want to have a greeny piece. Right, I'm going to take this, that's going to be better. I think that's garden green, so I'm going to do this one in garden green, and we're just going to take a little piece like that out. That will work. And then I might actually do my pot for this one in a brown, I think. So I'm going to do the wide pot here. So I'm doing this one and just take it down like that. Make sure that's straight, and we'll have that one. Okay, so this is going to be this is going to be my little succulent. So if I take, I need to have some, I think I have cut a few. I'm going to do it without. If we then take this and we put this in on here like that, so just in on the centre, we just need a little tiny bit of wet glue. So I'm just going to take a little tiny bit on here. Oops, that was a bit much. And I'm just putting this in on, just sticking up just a little bit like that. And then if I take a little, I've taken the feet, I've done quite a few, and I've just got a little red piece on here. If we just put that coming out about like that, it or even in the centre, I'm trying to work out, once a little cacti flower, you get, no, it needs to come at an angle, you get these really rather nice pointy little flowers that come out. So that would work as a succulent. So let me just put this piece in underneath at that sort of angle. There you go. And you've got, I could put another one, maybe coming in like that. Not sure. That's sort of the idea of it when I looked at it, and I thought, oh yes, you could do a succulent with it. So that would work because you've got that little sort of domey piece coming at the top. But let's have a go at doing one of these ones on here, because I think these are really, really pretty. So I need to take a, what have we got? I've got a couple of pieces that I've got. I think I might do it on this one. These are from the contour dies, which I think are rather nice, but they help work into a you know, a size that you want. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put that in on the bottom like that, so that can go straight away in there, because I think I'm going to have a, or I could do this one. There's me, I'm dithering because I'm doing it live and I quite like being a bit of a ditherer. That's about the same size. I'm going to use this one. So you can put it up with dimensionals, or you can just put it flat, and you can sponge around the side if you want to. I'm not going to do that. I am going to put it up, I think, with a dimensional on here, because I think that that will probably look quite nice. So let me just grab, have I got a bit of dimensional out? I thought I had that. Yes, I have. I thought I had my little pieces of dimensionals. So I'm going to just put a dimensional on the back of this one, and I'm going to put it fairly, just sort of fairly central like this, because I want to be able to tuck some things in on the top. So just a little dimensional off on here. And that will then go in on here. Now, I want to do on this one, so I think we're going to do this one. On this one, you can see I've got the little stems. Now, the stems I've taken from the balloon stem from in here. So if I take that one out, which is here, and we don't want all of it, so I'm literally just putting it on just like that, so we don't have too much on there. And then I'm going to work out roughly where my pot's going to go, so I'm not going to stick it on just yet. So we want it about there, and then we can have our stems going up, and I'm going to have them the length of, so if I put them down like that, I'm going to have them the length of that little block. So I'm going to have them a little bit bigger than I did, and I'm going to take the coordinating colour, which is a soft succulent, and once I've opened the ink pad, we're going to just put that in. So I just need to take it down from there, and then it's going to be about there, so I can take that off, and we'll just have 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll go like that, because then we can have the other bit sort of going in and out. So that just gives us a little bit of a stem to work with. Then we can put our vase in on here, so it just covers up where those stems are like that. Okay. Then we can, I've probably got it a little bit skew-if, but that doesn't matter. Then we can take some flowers and put those up. So I did these ones in yellow. I think I'm going to do these in, shall we have pink flowers or blue flowers? I do quite like the yellow with those. I think that looks quite pretty. So I'm going to do some little yellow ones, and I've just literally got a scrap, so all we're going to do is take it in and punch it. I'm trying to make sure that it's flying all over the place. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but they're quite good to keep afterwards. So quite a few little bits of scrappy bits on here, but these are, and I think this is bumblebee probably. Because they're scraps, I don't know exactly what they are, and this is a great thing with doing punch art. You can use little tiny weeny little scraps and things. So with these, I'm going to do them with some of them with glue, and then I'm going to do a couple of them with dimensionals. Now again, you can sponge the sides. I'm not going to do that because it's going to take too long. But if you want to have more sort of definition in them, you can, as I say, sponge the edges. So I'm just literally just doing a little tiny blob on the back of each one, putting them in at different sort of angles so that they're not all at the same, so they look slightly different like that. And then we've got a couple of ones like this, which I'm just going to add a little bit, excuse me, my dog's obviously barking at somebody outside, a little tiny piece of dimensional. It's a nice thing when you've got little tiny strips and things left, you can take just some little tiny pieces which will work perfectly just on the back. So I just want a little bit of height on this one, so let's pop, oops, both of those out. One on there, and we can have one on there. Right. It is a boiling hot day today. I think we're going to have a heat wave for about a week, so I think everybody, I've got my door open, so if you can hear lots of bird noises, that's because I've got my door open. So I'm just going to, I think probably just bring it in just a little bit like that to give a little bit of height on there, and then we'll take this one and just do that, just at a little bit of an angle on there. I need to turn that round a little bit because it hasn't got a stem attached to it, so let's turn that round a bit. So you've then got, as I say, your little stalks and stems, and then what I do on here is to take one of the, in here we've got friend, it's to the coolest friend ever, which is fine, but I just wanted to have something that was just one word. So if we take this on here, friend, so I'm going to take this one, which is to the coolest friend. Just going to put it in on here. Now with these long ones, you do need to pick it up with the block. It doesn't matter that it's hanging off because I only want to do the friend part. So I'm going to use a little bit of memento, just stamp the friend, in on there, and then I'm going to just put it onto a little piece of, just a tiny bit of scrap that I've got here, and I'm just popping it in up at the top. So we've got the word friend, and then I can very easily, and we've got the other words as well, but that's not what we want. So we just literally can cut that. Off on there. Just making sure that I don't put my fingers in it because it's very warm and the ink will take just a little bit of time to dry. So we can then put that on there, and that can go in on the center. So just take a little bit of glue. Like that. We can then just pop the friend in on the bottom like that, or I could have done it on the top. Now, if you want to emboss these little pieces, the vases, you can emboss them and make those a little bit prettier. But, you know, I think that that's really rather sweet and a great way of doing them. Now, I thought I'd just show you this one as well, because I do like doing different ones. So let's take this one and we'll use this vase because I quite like this vase. So this time we're just going to put that down. I'm not going to do it with dimensionals, I'm just going to glue it straight down. So a little bit of wet glue. Again, I'm not doing it at the top because then if I want to tuck anything in, I can do. And that's just going to come down there at the bottom. And then I've already done some blue ones. I like the blues. I think the blues are really rather pretty. So, and again, tiny little scraps. So how many have you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I did with this was I literally just took one of these and put it down where I roughly wanted it to go. So I want it to come down on that piece there. Then I took one of our Stamping Right markers. You could take a blend, but you'd have to be very, very careful with it. And then all I've done is to draw from there down into the pot. Okay, so that's one of them. Then we can take another one, and if you wanted this to come in on the stem part, you can put like I did with this one and have this just coming in like that. So that goes in on there. Then we want another one coming down at that sort of angle. So again, just get a little tiny blob of glue, put that down on the other side, hanging down. Then you can take your, and I'm going to do this one coming up and down. I think this side is running out actually. I'm going to have to do it with the fine point, but again, as long as you do it, my hand's not very good at doing that, so I'm going to have to make this one a little bit bigger now. There we go. So you could do it with a blend if you wanted to. And then this one is going to come this side, just hanging down like that. And then we can have another one just hanging down from the top on the other side. Put it up about there. And then all we need to do is to connect it. So I'm going to try and do it with this one because the finer it is, the better. So we can just connect that in there. Although once you've done your line, you can then follow it through with this one, and I'm just trying to do it as, that's better, in on there. And then you can put another word or something in there. You can put a little emblem in there, whatever you want, but that gives you that one, which is rather good. So we've done this one, we've done that one, got a couple of those, and then we'll do, let's do a basket. So I've got this one as a base in on here, and I'm just literally going to, and again, these are just scrap pieces that I've cut out for different things that I've had pieces left over from. But what I do is, once I've got all of these will then be nice little toppers. So I've got something ready to go straight away in onto a card. So this one, we're going to have one of these. Now, do I want the deeper one or do I want the shallower one? I think I want the deeper one. So we're going to put this one in on here. And again, I can put it straight in because I know that that's what I want to build from. So again, I'm just taking the glue halfway up because I want to be able to tuck things in. And we'll just put that down there in on the center. So that will work like that. Now I did turn around and say that I've cut quite a few out, so I'm just going to put these across on here, and then we can see color wise what we're going to do. I think we'll have, should we have pink and red? If I've got enough of those, I think I probably have. So let's start with, we'll do a red. Tuck that in under there. Move it along just a little bit. Then we'll have a pink. And I tend to do them and alternate them, so you've got one colour, one the other. So you can put that one in on there. Then we'll have another red. It's quite nice to do it in a couple of tones. The one that I did, this one, I just did it in the one tone. And I was going to, you know, sort of sponge some pieces onto it, but I just had that, and it doesn't look as good as having it with a couple of tones of colours. So we're just working our way along. I have to see how much I've got, whether I've got enough to do all of this. I think I probably will. And we'll pop this one in on the end like that. Then we're going to take from the top, so we're going to start with pink. But you can do whatever colours you want. So this one can then go in between on there. And then we've got another, how many reds? I haven't got too many reds, but we'll do whatever we can. So if we've haven't got enough, then we haven't got enough. So put this one in on there. Another pink one. But these are such lovely little pieces. I mean, they do make great feet, but they also make lovely flowers. And for those that bought the or didn't get the, I think it was varied vases that we had that had the punch. It had this little one as well, and you know, it was you had this little flower which is a bit sort of tulipy shaped, but also would go for any other flowers that you happen to want to do. So I'm just sort of building this up a bit. And you can see I'm not really sort of sticking it down too much until I've got it exactly where I want it, because if I need to jiggle it a bit I can do before it's completely gone down. So I think, whoops, stuck to my finger. I think that I might just need another little pink one in here, won't I? And then I think that's probably about it. That in on here. Could actually have it as a pie dish as well and make it as a pie coming out. If you made it a dome, you could have that as a pie dish. Do I have another pink one just in on the center here? Yes, I will, I think. I'm just going to glue it up to see. I think I might have stuck this piece down a bit. I don't know whether I can tuck it in underneath. I might be able to. Can I tuck you in underneath, or are you going to be stuck? Yes, I can. So I'm just going to take that in like that. And that, I think, if I just wriggle around, and this is why I said I don't completely stick it down until I've got all of those shapes where I want them. Then I can put it down. And there you've got your other one in on here. And again, you know, you can put what you want on the bottom, but it gives you just another idea with this punch. So we've done all of these sort of animals and things, but also you can now do these lovely flowers, you know, little flowers in different sizes, those sorts of ones, these sorts of ones, which are rather nice. And as I say, you know, you can make a succulent and do, you know, a little row of them or whatever. You could use these little pieces to give the little spines if you wanted to on there. But, you know, so many different ideas that you can do with it. It's a fantastic punch. And yes, I will be using it again and again and again, as always. You know, if you buy something and you're going to invest in it, make sure you can use it all the time. So although it's fantastic for penguins, and I love penguins, there is so much more you can do. So Penguin Place, Penguin Builder Punch, both of them together as a bundle, 10% discount, available from the 3rd of August 2021 in the new mini catalogue. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe, please stay well, and please be kind. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.